name is Kathy, and today I'll be discussing Saturn in the first house. But before I do this, I wanted to let you know that because I have a great many videos now on many different topics, that I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. People with Saturn in the first house are apt to have toilsome lives, beginning with a difficult childhood. The disposition of these people is serious and resolute. In a woman's chart, it shows prolonged hard work and the necessity to bear up under grave responsibilities. In a man's chart, it may indicate a tendency to become a father figure, or to be a law unto himself, or to dominate others in a stiff, unbending way. Both sexes will be self-disciplined, but prone to depression because of the harshness of existence for them in this world. People with Saturn in the first house very often achieve a slow, steady rise to success that is earned through conscientious labor. Saturn in the first house people are serious, cautious, and responsible in their undertakings. It is common for these people to underestimate their own worth and are therefore apprehensive about meeting competition. It will be found, though, that their fear of being challenged by a competition is groundless, because they work so thoroughly and carefully in all that they do. These people are easily embarrassed by failure, and so they tend to avoid taking on burdens unless they are absolutely certain that they will succeed. Even so, a deep spiritual commitment causes them to help others with their problems no matter what. People with Saturn in the first house are very selective when it comes to making friends, and they are drawn to persons who are mature enough to stand on their own. They understand that their future financial security must come from effectively using their own resources to the maximum benefit. These people think of themselves as less important than their colleagues, and fearing ridicule, they tend to assert themselves defensively, even when they know they are right. It is good for them to know that their superiors are aware of their competence, even if the Saturn in the first house person has difficulty seeing it themselves. Sometimes that does come easily for these people. Something that does come easily for these people is learning, and they will rarely forget what they have learned. These people place a great value on education as the first essential step towards achievement in life. They understand that it is the only way to exploit their creativity wisely. Saturn in the first house people are suspicious of those who seek their talents and fearful that they will exploit them for their benefit. If they can accept the responsibility of working to serve other people's needs, they will gain their admiration and respect. These people want to demonstrate the same good judgment they observe in others. It is important for them to become more self-disciplined in developing their talents to improve their competitive position, because they tend to not believe in their abilities. These people tend to just assume that other people are more competent than they are, but in actual fact, the reverse is more likely the truth of the matter. However, until they know this, they will serve others, if only to win their approval. It's important for these people to not sacrifice their own goals in order to help others achieve theirs. Generally speaking, these people are quite talented, but they have difficulty in demonstrating it. Their natural gifts can probably be developed without extensive formal training, if they can learn to use them efficiently. The frustrating austerity of their early years may have restricted their development, but their diligence and willingness to work should enable them to gain their objectives in spite of these limitations. People with Saturn in the first house have many ideas to promote, though they may have to defer them because of more pressing priorities. These people apply themselves with purpose and dedication when they finally have the chance to pursue their goals. Having to postpone working towards their objectives early in life may have angered them, but it was worthwhile if they were finally able to resolve that problem. Money for its own sake doesn't really impress these people. They realize that there are more important values that they can sustain. These people don't want to be identified with these people don't want to be identified with simply by their possessions. People with Saturn in the first house are serious and responsible by nature, and their low estimate of their own worth makes them apprehensive about meeting competition successfully. These people, though, are usually far more talented than they know, and the only way to realize this is to look upon challenges as an opportunity to establish their credentials. Experience is their best teacher, and they will rarely forget what they have learned in this way. It is important for these people to get an education because it will improve their ability to compete successfully in life. In time, they will learn to use their skills and talents efficiently for everyone's betterment. But they really do need positive feedback to reassure them that they have done a good job. With the passage of time, these people will learn how to organize their creative resources so that they are always productive. It's important that they learn to not take themselves so seriously because it makes it difficult for them to display any human weakness. And it is these little vulnerabilities that make us more approachable to others. Saturn in the first house people want to be accepted as an equal by the people they deal with. They admire the good judgment that other people display and compare their own efforts with them. It is important for these people to become less defensive and more self-disciplined. In this way, they will discover how much they can accomplish. But before this can happen, they have to approve of their own skills and efforts. These people have a tendency to proceed too cautiously, fearing ridicule and assuming that they are less important than others are. The thing to remember here is that there is no shame in failing if the person learns from the experience. In actual fact, their superiors consider them competent, very competent. It is the secret dream of these people to earn their parents' respect for successfully fulfilling their potentials. If the Saturn in the first house person's early home life was austere, then their parents should be pleased that they have risen above those difficult circumstances. Saturn in the first house people are naturally shy and retiring, which comes from suspecting that others may try to exploit their talents. This trait will diminish with time when they realize that other people naturally seek their services to fulfill their needs. When they accept the responsibility for working with and for others, they will be well paid for their efforts. Also, in the process, they will gain the respect that they need so desperately. Serving the needs of the public often involves sacrifices, but what better way to demonstrate their credentials and win approval for their efforts? It is important, however, for them to remember not to sacrifice their own goals so that others may gain theirs. Saturn in the first house people have a deep fear of making a poor showing among opponents, which causes them to choose their few friends wisely. Because they aren't sure that they can stand securely on their own, their relationships with people who are mature and don't make demands on them are of great satisfaction. Sometimes these people find it so difficult to take care of their own affairs that they won't volunteer to assist others, which is a mistake for them because by developing their good ideas, they can achieve financial independence in their later years. With persistence, dedication, and planning, these people can certainly capitalize on their mental assets and achieve their objectives. It is important that they have a plan that is geared for success. Even if they don't feel ready for the position that they want, in actual fact, they are probably better prepared to take action than the average person is. Saturn in the first house people have deep spiritual commitments to serving the needs of those who are unable to help themselves. These people are easily embarrassed by failure, and so they may avoid the responsibility for fear of letting down the people who depend on them. I have a great many videos now on many different topics, and so I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button right below this video. Take care.